Of course, it's a first date, okay? Don't come here looking like you're going to the farm. Life with Ruzhoffs, my lovelies, inspiring you to live an empowered life. It's been a long time, it's been a minute, I know, but after having a very heated, a very interesting conversation on my other socials, particularly Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, about first date, the discussion was about someone inviting you for a walk, for a hike, on a first date, and I actually initiated it by saying that is something that is typical German. So if you're dating a German, they're probably most likely going to suggest going for a walk, going for a hike, what we call wandern. And I was like, for me, that's a no-go. So it's it turned out to be very interesting. Like everyone was giving their thoughts, and I decided to bring this conversation to my community here on YouTube. So definitely feel free to let us know what you think is the best idea for a first date experiences, the good ones and the fails. Okay, so we're going to dive right in. I'm going to give you my ultimate best top 10 first date ideas where you can never go wrong, and I'm sure both of you will really like. So we're going to start with, before you even dig in, I always say, like I said with my socials, one of the things to consider during a first date is your security, is your comfort, and making sure that you have an exit possibility. I mean, especially now with digital era, social media, online dating, we're meeting absolute strangers. So you really want to be careful and meet this person in an open, in a public place, and have an exit plan. But I'll be digging right in. So for me, my number one on the top list would be an outdoor picnic. Depending on the country you're living in, of course, some of the things work very well with, countries in the first world, like here in Germany. If you're meeting someone in the summer or spring and you're a bit romantic, I think an outdoor picnic is good. If you're someone who is good with arranging such things, I'm not. So that wouldn't be a date for me. But I find it cute, demure, cutesy. Prepare something nice, get yourself a picnic blanket, go to a public park. We have very many beautiful public parks, and that is common in many countries, and do an outdoor picnic. First of all, it's going to help you understand what kind of taste your partner has. Be it a man or a woman, you're going to understand, do they like these kinds of things or not? You can read their body language very easily, more than when you're in a restaurant. You can get to see how they react to other people around them. You can get to know what is their connection to nature, how do they feel about things. And that can also be very, very important. And this can only be done during an outdoor picnic. So you're probably thinking, what do I wear to an outdoor picnic? I think this kind of dress would be perfect, depending, of course, on your fashion and style affinities. Some people are going to be like, I'm not going to wear something short, then wear a maxi dress. That is really up to you, but it has to be something that you feel comfortable in, that you feel comfortable moving around, because you talk about outdoor picnic. Maybe you're going to be sitting on a blanket, so you want to be sure you don't show too much on the first date. And then another advantage with the outdoor picnic is you can even suggest that your date brings something for the picnic. Again, it helps you to get bits and bits of who this person really is. If you're like, oh, bring something, we're going to have a picnic, you even get to understand what is what is their taste, what is their like the lifestyle, how do they look at their health, if they're going to come with something unhealthy or something very healthy. These days we have vegetarian, veganans, and God knows what. Then it will help you get to understand those things without even getting to talk about it. And safety, of course, it's a public place, and exit plan, you can leave anytime. For me, that is very, very important, because with online dating especially, there's a possibility of meeting someone and you realize in the first few seconds that it's a no-go. The chemistry is not chemistry. Like, you can't even stand them for the next 20 minutes. So it's much easier to exit when you're having an outdoor picnic, compared to a three-course dinner, for example. My next tip, and that would be something for me, a coffee date. In my case, it would be a cappuccino date, because I don't take coffee, but again, a coffee date. It's, for me, I think it's the perfect idea. It's the best idea. You can keep it short, you can keep it casual, you can make it fancy. Like, the opportunities are endless. And most importantly, you can end it at any time. You don't feel the need to like to show up so much. It's not costly. Like again, where I talked about the German people will take you for a walk. German people are a bit stingy, okay? They look so much and concentrate so much on money. Like, how much am I giving out? Why am I spending on this? So, a coffee date is not something really costly, it's not something expensive. So, for me, I think it's the perfect idea. And if you're meeting someone who wants to do 50-50, which I don't do on the first date, then a coffee is also much better. In that case, you can already decide, do I want to still see him? Do I still want to see her or not? Do I have the money to pay for this? Unlike if someone takes you to Nobu and then afterwards wants to share the bill and maybe you can't afford the Nobu bill, you know? So you have to keep such things in mind. And if we all know, coffee shops are always public places, so there won't be any danger. We're moving on to museum. That is perfect, considering that I'm an art lover, and I'll be putting some of the date ideas I got from my people on social media. You also have to consider when you're planning a first date, what exactly do you want to achieve with this first date? Is your intention to just meet this person and talk? Is your intention to get to know this person and make sure they get to know you? If that's the case, I would also consider a first date that will bring out my personality, that will help the other person get to know me without talking too much. Again, here comes not talking too much. I'm an introvert. I don't like small talk. I don't like someone blabbering on and on and on for the first date. I wouldn't want to know everything about you on the first date. Let it be in the second and third. So I would try to do something that brings out my personality, that can give you a hint of who I am, can give you a hint of the things I like, can give you a hint on my values, core values, without us really having to go like all the way, you know? So for me, a museum would be perfect. I love art, I love culture, and it helps you to get into conversations that will also help you gauge if this person is on your level. Like I told you, I'm a sapiosexual. I get attracted to intellectual people, to people that are emotionally intelligent. And for me, that is something I look out for in a first date. If I have the feeling this person is a little bit on the low with their IQ, then it's a total turn up for me, you know. But if I go to a museum visit with someone, I can already check out and feel out how cultured are they, how do they look at the world, what are things they love, are these people that I will want to stay with long term, or they're going to bore me, are they going to stimulate me intellectually, or they're going to make my brain cells die, you know. So that is a good idea, and it doesn't feel so intimate. So if you're someone who doesn't want to be like smothered on the first date, we have men or women that want to get touchy-feely. A museum date is perfect because you have the distance, you have something to talk about. If you're not someone that is good with conversations, again, introvert here, you'll have something to talk about. So it will make that date easy breezy, you know, not forced, and maybe you'll be able probably to show your best side. Again, public space, and you can leave anytime. Don't just watch while you're listening. Let me know what your experiences have been with first dates. You know, I mean, we're talking about fails, we're talking about your best first date, or even your dream first date, okay? Or tag that friend who has ever told you about her terrible first date story. Walking tour. For me, that's a no go. Absolute no go. But again, I'm being fair. I'm putting it here because we're totally different people. I'm talking about someone who is probably an athlete, someone who is so much more into the outdoors. That would be a perfect date for them. Not for me. I'm so much of a gully. If I'm going to meet a man for the first time, it would really pain me and hurt my fashion heart having to wear joggers on a first date and sneakers. Like, oh my God. And not because I really want to look cute and sexy for him, but that's not who I am. I prefer to wear joggers and my tights and sneakers in the gym. You know, that is not part of my daily fashion. So I would feel out of place, I would feel uncomfortable, and I'll probably not be able to present where I am. But if you're a girl who is sporty, who loves the outdoors, a walk is perfect. And it doesn't have to be a hike. Like I said, it could be a walk in the vineyards, very romantic, very lovely, with the mountain backdrop, with the nature, with the breeze. It can be very, very beautiful. You know, I love taking such walks, but not on the first date, okay? So definitely that is something you can keep in mind. And of course, if the person you're dating or you're going to meet for the first time maybe is also sports person, or is very sportive, or likes the outdoors, that is a perfect connection point, definitely. But you want to keep in mind it is a safe and public place. Don't let someone take you for a walk in the woods, in the forest we have here in Germany, by the lake. Sorry, we're talking about a stranger. We don't want him throwing you into the lake or leaving you in the woods. You really have to keep that in mind, you know. So you have to make sure it's a public park, it's an open space, and you can easily exit, which I'm sure is very easy. If you're a sporty person, you're just going to jog away. Hasta la vista. So definitely, that's one of amazing first date ideas. We're going to number 5, cooking class. In my head, that's very nice. Problem is, I'm not a good cook, but that could actually make it very nice, romantic, and give you the opportunity to grow, you know, closer. Why? Because you're all going to be trying out something for the first time. Even when your partner or the person you're going to meet is a good cook, it's going to be something they've never done with you. It's a shared experience. It's probably going to leave a longer and lasting impact than meeting for coffee. Depending, of course, on what someone likes. It could be negative or positive, but I would say to 99% it will be positive. Even for me who doesn't know how to cook, I'm sure it will be amazing. Like the things I would have to master, the things I would have to manage, and then at the end of the day, have my meal finished. That would be an amazing experience to share with someone on a first date. So if you have the opportunity in the area you stay, in the city you stay, I would say actually that should be one of the top dates up there. It costs more time, it costs more logistics, you have to plan it, you have to look for people that offer those kind of dates, but it's an amazing ideas. Again, it's public, there are going to be other people taking part. It could be a couple course, just the two of you, but then you're going to have someone else there, so you're not alone, you know. There's no way he's going to stab you with a knife or you him. Just saying, you know. And then of course, perfect thing, you're going to be able to share the meal after cooking it. I feel that's romantic, that's special, but I don't think it's my kind of date. I romanticize about it in my head, but it's too much work for me on a first date. Again, like I said, depending on the demography, depending on the country you're staying in, the area you're staying in, some of the dates apply, some don't. So another one that I find quite interesting is the local market or food festival. We have lots of food festivals here in Germany, especially in the summer. Many countries, even in Africa, we have our markets. It depends on, you know, if you like such things. That is also a date idea, especially I don't know if I should say that, with this era of we don't do 50-50 and I want to have an affluent partner and all that, it could probably help you to get to already gauge your partner. What are their spending behaviors? How do they look at their finances? You know, what is important to them? Are they stingy? Are they not? Are they people that concentrate more on the future when it comes to finances? What do they like? What is their taste? I think it can be fun, and also it is also good for people who are not good with conversations, especially with strangers, because your first date is always a stranger to some point. Similar to the museum visit, you'll have other things to talk about. So you'll not feel smothered, you'll not feel like you have to come up with a conversation, and you'll be able to show who you are without really having to explain too much or to ask so many questions about your partner, because our behaviors in different situations show exactly who we are. Trivia night. Trivia night is a very good idea because it's normally in bars or in cafes where you get to play games, do challenges. I think I could do that. I like that. I like it more with cards, you know, like never ever have I, and those kinds of things. And I find it so chill, so fun. Like you're going to have lots to laugh. You're going to see how competitive is your partner or your prospective partner. You're going to see if this person is uptight or they're chill, if they love life, if they love to laugh, if they're funny, if the people that you would enjoy the company. I think that's also a very good date. Because if someone is so uptight and, oh my God, and what kind of thing is this? Oh my God, I don't want to lose, I'm so competitive. That could help you already see if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with or not. And besides, if you're someone who loves to hang out with other people, especially if you're an extrovert, I think this is the perfect date for you. I wouldn't say so much for introverts. Being an introvert, I know that. But if you're not so introverted, it's something that you could test out. Just test the waters. Life is all about trying and getting out of a comfort zone. But I believe it is something that would be perfect for an extrovert. This one I love, even when it's not the first date, like we're already dating. Because again, like I say, if I'm in a relationship with you, I want you to date me every single day. If I'm married to you and you stop dating me, we're probably gonna divorce. Okay, because I get bored so easily. Outdoor movie. This is perfect for introverts, extroverts, ambiverts, whatever you are. This is perfect because let me first explain what an outdoor movie is. So, outdoor movies are normally, for example, in Germany, we have like there's a huge screen, the movie is playing, and you're all sitting in your cars and watching, or it's in a park and you're sitting on your picnic blankets on the banks, what we call them benches, and you're watching the movie. It's perfect for an introvert because I don't have to get into conversation with anyone that I don't want to get into. Extroverts, it's fun. You're going to meet different people. So am I meeting someone for the first date? It's going to be kawaii. We're going to be having topics to talk about in the movie, watching what other people are doing, the lovey-dovey's kissing and doing all kinds of stuff. We could also decide to get romantic if you've known each other virtually for a long time and you feel comfortable and the chemistry is good. It could be a first step to feeling each other. And we're not talking about snogging and all that, but holding hands, laughing, giggling. It can turn out to be very romantic. It can be a very sweet shared experience that can help you get closer in a very short time, depending on your type, of course. And definitely it's in a public place. And like I said, what makes it romantic, you can decide to bring like your favorite blanket, cozy blanket. You can bring pillows where you're going to like sit and lean on him or lean on her. I picture that to be very, very romantic, and it's a date that I'll definitely go on as long as he's bringing me my favorite tea or my favorite cappuccino, or he brings me a pineapple smoothie. Then I'm gonna love him. Love him. Okay? The date will be perfect. And we're almost finishing up. Of course, I'm waiting for your ideas. What you think is the perfect date, or which of the dates that I've mentioned actually would you pick and why? And tell me about your date fails, your dream dates. Let's have a conversation, okay? Because like I told you, this conversation went like through the roof on my Instagram, especially. Just check it out. There's a video there and have a laugh yourselves, okay? So number 9 would be a board game cafe. Not so for me. I'm not good with games. I'm not good at losing. Stems from my childhood, I guess. My siblings always tell me I always cried and said, oh, I don't want to play anymore if I lost. That's true. But I think it also had to do with the fact that I'm an introvert and I'm not patient. Okay? So I get bored very easily, especially with most games. Oh, you're going to be like, yeah, this, that, until you like reach the end goal. I'm someone who likes to reach my end goal in the shortest time possible. And that's why even in my real life, I don't dilly-dally. If I want to do something, I do it and we're done with it. Okay, enough of me. So board games could be a very good idea if you're someone that likes that stuff. I don't, like I said. But if you like that, it's a very chill idea. It's a very light idea. Like I said, you don't feel smothered. You don't feel that desire like to show up so much. You don't have to dress fancy, cutesy. You can come with your nice jeans and a beautiful shirt. Of course, it's a first date, okay? Don't come here looking like you're going to the farm. You still have to put in the effort. And for me, that is very important. I'm not talking about you have to please him or her, but how you come to a date shows me how much respect you accord me. You're not going to come to a date looking like you're coming from your pig farm and think that I'm going to date you. I'm not going to date you. That is very disrespectful. So whichever your fashion is, whatever your style is, whatever your lifestyle is, try to put some effort. It shows how much you respect this person and how important they are to you. And of course, how much you respect yourself and your self-worth. Why are you going to a first date smelly and looking like you just jumped out of a pigsty? Sorry, I'm very passionate about that. But again, yeah, we're here to share knowledge, empower each other. So I'm always very, very raw. So board games, if you're into that, that's a very good date. But as you notice, I put it almost last because it's not really so fast for me. But for people who are into that, especially nerds, for example, or if you're a girl that is more of a tomboy, that can be a very good first date idea. Also very safe public area. And of course, you can always choose games that are easy for you if you don't love losing like me, and that are easy to spark conversation. So that's why I suggest cards, and you can go to Amazon. There are cards. I love those cards. I love adult cards. I love like fun cards where you can ask about what is your worst dating experience, or what do you love about this and that, and that can help you to get an insight about this person. What do they love? What are their, their kinks and all those kinds of things that you probably would never know until you're already way deep into the relationship, and maybe realize, oh my god, he's too freaky for me, or she's so freaky for me. But if you play such a game, it will be ha 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 hoo, but I'm getting to pick out who you are, what you like, the kind of things you love to indulge in, and then I'll decide, is he, she for me or not? You get it? Last date. I hope you're loving the video. So if you're watching this far, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video with your bestie, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, with your buddies, with your colleagues, and maybe your single friends, so they are prepared when they go for their first date the next time. Okay? Make sure to like the video. It helps with the algorithm. My goodness, it's so disappointing. And I never thought I would feel that way when you put effort in a video and you're watching it and you're like, only 1 view, 10 views, after 1 week, 100 views. I'm like, what the hell? My community is almost 40,000 people. Where are you all at? So please, once you subscribe, make sure you turn on the notifications. This is the golden bell. So when I upload a video, you get notified. Please always watch, like, comment, and share the video. Thank you so much. We're going on to a very last tip. Visit a bookstore. This one, I even already feel jiggy inside. Again, I'm a sapiosexual. I'm turned on by people that are intellectually, up there, people that are emotionally intelligent, and that means I'm so also into such stuff. I love reading. I don't know which video I talked about that. I think one of my first videos, but I remember in high school, I read almost my entire high school library. That's how much I love reading. So for me, a first date in a bookstore would be like taking me to Disneyland for some people, Oh my God, I'm already imagining all the things that I think my partner would get to know who I am in those few seconds. He wouldn't need a second date. Like he would decide, I want to marry her or bye, So for me, that's a very cute date. Like I said, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you have something to talk about. You could choose out your favorite books, ask your date, what is your favorite book? What do you like about it? Who's your favorite author? Oh my God, you could even take a seat, read, each other a few pages from the books, be it romantic, be it creamy, be it horror, depending on the genres you like. Oh my God, why didn't I put this on the top? Like, why? Okay, I know most people are not into that, but for me, that is like, oh my God, that is amazing. It even beats my coffee date, to be honest. This is a date that I would absolutely go on, and probably I would end up giving this guy a second chance, because I'm like, if he can take me on such a first date, he's a good guy. He's amazing. I don't mean good guy that you know about, but he's got some fire. He's got something burning inside him. He's got something interesting, something that I want to find out. So I'll definitely want to give him a second date. Oh my God, why am I excited? Woo, yeah. Again, like I said, this is a very, very good date, and it's in a public place, so you're safe, and the exit plan is always there. You can always leave whenever you feel like. If the chemistry is not chemistry, if you're not feeling this person, you can politely exit the date. So my loves, those were my tips. I hope they help you. Feel free to ask me in the comment section. I've had people ask me questions about the suggesting outfits for the first date. I'm not yet sure about doing that, because like I said, we're totally different people. That would mean me trying on different clothes, but maybe when after time I'll do that. But let me know in the comment section what kind of videos you'd want to see from me next. Give me a video idea and let me know, oh, can you do a video about this? Can you do a video about that? Because again, this channel is about empowerment, and I would like us to have those conversations. Not forgetting, I've opened up my channel to conversations one-on-one with you. My lovelies, if you live here in Germany, it doesn't matter which Bundesland, and you'd love to have a conversation with me, and you'd love to appear on our channel here, have conversations, empower our people, depending on what topic you want to talk about, be it relocation, be it relationship, be it parenting, be it marriage, be it just your general life, job search, integration, anything, okay? Please reach out to me, DM me on Instagram or Facebook. I go by the name Ruzhoffs on all social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Threads, Ruzhoffs. You type in Ruzhoffs, you'll find me. Please DM me, and we can always plan and have a conversation. It could be live, on a YouTube live, or I could come to you. We could meet and have a chat. My lovelies, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm here to inspire, uplift, and empower you.